Volleyball World Beach Pro Tour. And next up on centre court, we've got another feast for you. Hman and Hellvig of Sweden, the number 4 seeds, but the reigning champions, the defending champions here in Ostrava, take on the US duo of Partain and Benesh. Sweden then about to be introduced to the crowd. The new Beach Volley Vikings, although I'm not sure the old have been deposed just yet. Mollen Sørum here to prove their worth at this tournament too, but these young Swedes certainly have thrown down the gauntlet to the rest of the world, and now Olympic champions for the next 4 years. They can call themselves that. Brilliant performance in Paris to take the title. So David Hman, the defender, accompanied by fellow 23-year-old Jonathan Hellvig, whose troublesome hand injuries continue to be a problem. There have been a couple of times this season, and they were when the pair met Benesh and Partain a while back in 2023 here in Ostrava. And they effectively broke Hellvig's hand and he was unable to carry on in the match. It's a 5th meeting between the two teams. Sweden that lead in the previous 4, 3-1, and they last met here in Ostrava last year when Sweden went on to win the title. It was a straight sets victory. So Miles Partain, the left-handed defender, as tricky with his option hitting and as brilliant with his option hitting as David Hman is. And working behind the block of Andy Benesh, who's the man who looks troubled in the warm-up this morning, I have to say. Andy Benesh knows he's got his plate full today, trying to deal with Sweden's jump-setting option ball offence. And we'll see how they work it. Can USA keep the Swedish pair out of system enough to be able to have a real go at this one? They know that they're not going to be receiving bombs. Sweden serve in a controlled manner, so ball control shouldn't be a problem for the States, but can they force Sweden out of system? We are good to go on centre court in Ostrava. Set number 1 then, underway. USA in the white tops with the serve. Seeded 9 in the main draw, Miles Partain and Andy Benesh, and they're going to get an early point chance against the reigning champions and Olympic champions from Sweden, number 4 seeds David Hman and Jonathan Hellvig in the mint green vests at the far end. Point 1, USA. USA beating Drusil and Zvolenok of the Czech Republic yesterday in Pool D. Hman and Hellvig beating Just and Huster of Germany. And so both teams come into this game knowing that a win will allow them to top the pool and get automatic entry to a slightly higher level in the knockout phase. Less matches, that's good, right? 1-1 then in this race to 21. Thanks for joining us here on VBTV. Simon Golding with you for this scintillating match. Big swing from Benesh and out. Well, early indication may be Sweden are going to try and overload Andy Benesh early. Serving, blocking and having to do the lion's share of the side-out work. That's overload. Let's see how the 30-year-old former USC Trojan copes with it. Option cheeky. Miles Partain's going to hit plenty of second balls in this match, as will both Hman and Hellvig. And the Americans do have a jump set game. Maybe not as fluent as the Swedes, but they do go there occasionally. Power serve from Benesh. Brilliant. And tracks the ball nicely there. Gets a little unlucky on the outcome. And there's a long word with the second official. We'll meet our referees, by the way, at the technical timeout. Karolampos Papadouglas of Greece and Robert Leko of Serbia. And we're going to get a review here. So an early one. We'll go into the video. And it's a net fault, is the question. There's so much going on when Sweden attack in a flamboyant manner. Jump sets, reverse jump sets, ball coming out the side, option swings, players moving left and right. And it's the ball that's touched the net. not David Orman. So the video challenge is lost for USA, and that's an early throw of the dice that they don't want to be without. There we go, Sweden 3-2. Partain served. Comfortable. Not his best pass, but multi-talented when it comes to finding the ball. First option swing from Orman. And like Partain, he will hit it from a long way off the net. Gives Hellvig a tremendous window to pass into. Same for Benesh. Both Orman and Partain can put the ball into the corners with real fizz, but without being on the toe. First side switch then. Multiples of 7. Nice power from Benesh. Needs more sledgehammer in his approach. Tallest man on court at 2 meters and 3, 6 feet 8. Here's Andy. Now he's got a big jump serve, but yesterday it didn't work against Trusil and Voronov. When he changed to the jump float though, he was acing for fun. Wow, that's a fizzer. That's a good piece of work from the floor from Benesh. Goes for the flipper knuckle, but can't make it. Ho, ho, ho! Good night. What a block. And Jonathan Hellvig getting a dose of his own medicine here from Benesh. That went down steep. 5-4 USA. We look to have slipped the blue touch paper there, and the DJ's pressed the wrong button. Now we can't turn it off. Oh wow, Andy Benesh, take a bow. Monster block followed by a monster ace, and he has got his teeth into this game early. And if you want to control the room, you do all the speaking. And Benesh dictating terms right now. Just overcooks that next one, but that's a nice run of play from Team USA. Sweden ball in hand again. Hellvig floats Benesh, it's him versus the big American, and that's not the best set from Partain. That is brilliant from Sweden though. The jump set from Miles Partain just seemed to drift a bit. Frustrated there with Benesh for not putting that down. Sweden back to 6-all. Then the tough serve on the big man. That is some swing. And I love it. I love seeing players that understand they have the power to defeat the defender from way off. Benesh has it. Good middle serve. Oh, he's done him again. This is just quality at the net. Benesh is monster blocking here. Stunning. That is a thing of beauty. USA start the game well. Yeah, Hellvig can't just keep hammering, so late turn across his body. Partain read it, just couldn't quite get there with the deflection off the net. Third event this season for Sweden. Missed out in Quintana Roo in Mexico where they finished 5th, and missed out in the final in Saquarema, carrying an injury. Battled through to 2nd place there. And for Team USA, this is only their 2nd outing. 9th in Brasilia, their only event. We know how good Partain and Benesh are. Their 3 victories over Mollen Sorum underline that. of sorts of late. Disappointed at the Olympics to not get a medal. And Sweden just take it up again. Didn't have the most glorious warm-up with Razi, their coach, earlier today. But they've certainly been forced into action here because USA are on the money. And at the moment, Benesh is leading the blocking contest with Hellvig 2-0. That nearly made it over. But nearly doesn't get you the point. Clamps it, very calm from Benesh to recycle, but gets out jumped on the following joust. Hellvig doing his work now. Oh, and so is Orman. He's in the air so long that you watched him just dial through the options there. Line corner covered, angle covered by the block. I know, seam, yeah, crunch. Hoists again. Option swing is easy for Partain. Played opposite for UCLA and setter. Was an All-American as well, Miles Partain, in his time at uni. Real talent. Talking of talent, let's meet the refs. Karalampos Papadougoulis of Greece. And there's the two coaches behind Sweden's success. A brief shot there. Christensen, sorry. Ratty Johansson, I knew I'd do that at some point. No fairy tales though. Just reality out on court for these two. Robert Liko, incidentally, of Serbia, is the second referee. Enjoying this matchup, enjoying the contest. This is super. Well, the longer that you are at the top, a novel way of playing, the more times other coaches and teams are going to be able to look at the video and work out strategies. USA strategy pretty good in this game so far, but it's largely dependent on Benesh's power. And he really is causing problems. A serve that just marginally got Sweden out of system in the sense that it didn't allow them to run the tempo they wanted. And the high ball is belted wide by David Orman, 12-10 USA. Terrific serving from Benesh at the moment. Beaten this time by the speed. That's the problem Benesh has in this game. It's getting to the net off his own serve. If the option ball is available, it's virtually impossible to stop it. So that's where he has to serve tough. Or serve slow and high and give himself the chance. Sweden will tumble you with good ball control, and that's excellent from Partain out of the seam. Orman returns the compliment with the line chase. Brilliant rally developing. It is just a super contest. And the two defenders going to town on each other there. Partain wins that one. Saying no mood to give up this lead. Coast to coast, back to the middle and back to the blocking. Andy Benesh produces another one. That's 3 in the game. And the fans, who are very firmly behind Sweden. There's another look at the coaching staff for Sweden. Even is in the stands. That's it. 1, 2, 3, followed by one hell of a noise from this Ostrava crowd. Well played. And the atmosphere facilitators are in the house. Cracking game. Sweden take a time out to try and stop USA's run here. Nice. So it does look like Andy Benesh and Partain have decided they're just going to leave the option alone. If they want to jump and swing, Partain's going to try and make the open D. Nice, good read though. So you can't kid a kidder. And David Orman, who's made that shot his trademark, reads Partain's effort. And USA don't want to give up or give this lead up too clearly or too easily. Yeah, Benesh is still winning that contest. Fabulous shot off the arms of Hellvig. Touch again, Benesh. Not the monster block, but he's given his team a chance. And Partain's speed to the corner is just out of this world. Another brilliant rally. Finished by USA. And Sweden just getting a bit frustrated now. Three-point lead, back to Benesh serving. That just means he can go for it. And he does. It's a really good serving display, this, from Benesh. And that is a great rescue from Team USA. Thumped up to the sky. Jump set, catches him out this time. I tell you what, that is not bad coverage from the US blocker to still get a hand on that. However, and Sweden will be keeping a close eye on this, Andy Benesh has just expended a huge amount of energy in that rally, and he's not quick enough with the timeout. Got to serve him. Tired pass. Big swing. Nothing tired about the finish. Great set. And that's the thing, if you're playing with a setter as your defender, my goodness me, that's a luxury. A couple of US fans in the crowd happy with proceedings so far, and they should be. This is tremendous from Partain and Benesh. He's done it again, 4 blocks, plus the overpass block. Andy owning the net right now. And he's certainly owning Hellvig. That wasn't the best set from Orman. USA on their way to set number 1. Oh dear me, that got away from him. I mean, that's just crazy. Are you kidding me? David Orman chasing the ball out of court, way out of court, stumbled as he got there, and puts it on the money. Skills, skills, skills. Not the best from Benesh. Now, USA have to be careful here. And that's exactly the right thing to do. Time out. Reset the computer. Just go back on the court with an understanding how you want to finish the job. Terrific stuff. We've seen some amazing games here in Ostrava this week. It's been a belting tournament. Like the hat, young man. Crowd in. Beach Pro Tour Feast Friday, and it really has been. We've had some wonderful contests. This one, pick of the bunch today so far. Okay, so USA got to really tune in here. Everything's got to go into this side out. And it does. This time Benesh gets his pass right for the option swing. Partain puts it away with ease, and Sweden remain in a bit of trouble in set number one. And tops the pool, remember. Blues are still in the tournament, but they've just got to play more games. Ripper of a serve. That's the outer system I was talking about. Sweden not able to execute their game plan in offense, and the USA are picking them off for fun. 4 set points. This is some of the best beach volleyball we've seen from Partain and Benesh in recent times. 3rd place with victory over Mollen last time out in Ostrava. So they were also on the podium, the USA. And they clearly love playing here. Andy Benesh clearly loves blocking on centre court. That is a masterclass from him. Monster blocks are plenty as the USA down the youngsters from Sweden. In set one. Let's not get carried away. Note to self. Still plenty of time for Sweden to recover, but they're going to need to, it's not necessarily adapt, they're just going to need to try and find ball control on Benesh's serve if he keeps serving this tough. Easy to say, tough to do. USA lead then, a partnership where Partain is the player that really shines, but today in this match against the Olympic champions, it's Andy Benesh that has just been out of this world. 5 blocks, serving like a demon. So far, USA have controlled Sweden with power and precision, and just a superb blocking display from Andy Benesh. But one thing's for sure, this Swedish pair are just going to keep coming at USA, and USA, if they can get this over the line in 2, they'd have done a magnificent job. There's a big test still ahead for the Americans, even though they lead. I like that from USA. So Benesh, if the ball is set wide, Benesh is not going to commit all the way. Takes a good chunk of the angle. Leaves Partain to try and defend line, but that's put away comfortably by Hellvig, who's been blocked a lot by Benesh in this match already. And so, it's that old rock and a hard place argument for Sweden. Both the Americans in good shape here. They've tried Benesh out, but he's putting the ball away for fun. They might just have to work Partain for a while, and then it's going to be Orman versus Partain, which will be great fun. Benesh to serve again. He has not missed today. Oh, wow! That is a fizzer. It was a brilliant serve, but what a pass on the tape, and Orman's option swing is sublime. Partain tries to wrap it into the angle and catch a piece of Hellvig's block, but he's missed. Early encouragement for Sweden here in terms of a change-up to serve Miles Partain more consistently. No, down the middle. Benesh picks it off. Makes it look easy. Well, he's always had the quality. And you know that by the players that you have played with as you've developed. Nick Lucena, Billy Allen. He's got an AVP win in Austin, Texas with the thin beast, Phil Dalhauser. And he's putting on a show right now. Well, they get away with it, Sweden, but USA are right on top of this. And another word, Andy, to the referee. The new setting angle, the new setting rules, the pace of the sets that Sweden come up with, I think it probably grates most on the sensibilities of the senior US players. Good try in defence, but the overpass is crunched, and Sweden at last managing to break USA a little bit. It's brave stuff, it's coming at you pretty quick. 5-3 Sweden, first chance that they've had to establish something. Good dig, Hellvig's on it. Right on the tape, that is glorious. So you guys watching at home in VBTV land, whatever device you're on, you must have been thinking the same thing. In your head, you must have had that play planned out to perfection, and Hellvig has just ticked all the boxes for you. Beautiful, beautiful bump set. Option for Benesh. Good finish. So USA have to ride this. If they want to win in two, they've just got to ride this for a few minutes. Sweden have kicked into another gear here. And if they can sneak a couple of bonuses, an ace or a block, that would be massive. Change to the floater, and it does the job. That's such a clever hybrid ball. Benesh is playing out of his skin here. That's the serving that he produced against Justin, against Trusil and Zvoronok yesterday when they were under pressure. Then goes back to the power. Oh, this is glorious. And as brilliant as Sweden have been over the last few minutes, USA just cancel it out with equal brilliance. Magnificent serving. Just can't get there quick enough to set the block. Sweden's lead cancelled out, back to a side-out game. Too good. I like Benesh's cross-body line swing. It's a kind of a raking arm action, but he wins a lot of points with it. Seven apiece. Sweden still in there and swinging, but it's a tough old match, this, for the reigning champions. Oh, nearly. So nearly. The deflection off the block of Benesh, just taking it too wide for Partain. Another one of those matches that when you see it appear in the draw, you just can't wait to be there. And apart from that one, this has been a thriller. The helicopter 360 celebration from David Orman on the Hellvig ace. It was a rather tame one, a soft one. Sweden back to 9-7. USA put themselves in trouble again. Good reach, really good reach. But it's gone outside the antenna, according to the lines judge. Hellvig not convinced. Oh, down comes the rain. We were hoping for a bit more sun today, but the drizzle's back. I don't think it's going to dampen anyone's spirits, though, with a match like this on centre court to entertain. Some of the best serving I've ever seen from Andy Benesh on the Beach Pro Tour. And he's mighty close to an ace there as well. Just going for it, isn't he? Out from Partain, and Sweden are getting some clear indicators here about the way forwards, and it is to serve the lefty Miles Partain at the moment. Doesn't quite look in the same gear as Andy Benesh. Defended easily, and that power that Orman produces out of these weird and wonderful approaches. It's serious athleticism to be able to hit a ball that hard in what was effectively a modified jump. Option is finished nicely from the man in form. So 12-9, not as bad as it could have been for Team USA, but certainly that feeling that this is going to have to be sorted out via the tiebreaker at the moment. On go the raincoats. Any headwear available to protect from this drizzle. It's a packed centre court. It's always nice to be in amongst it in the atmosphere. I bet you could pick a pretty good Right, 3 points for USA to try and find. They're going to have to find it quickly. Sweden in control of the game now, with plays like that. I mean, that's top draw. Imagine doing that on a beach in Southern California in the 1990s. And the reaction you get from your opponents. It's a new world. It's a new way of playing. A little more basic from USA. A bit of old school up and down. And hey, if it ain't broke and all that. Right, we've got a definite rhythm change here because Benesh has missed 2 in a row. a serve that was causing Sweden all manner of problems has gone cold. And I think we can safely say 3 sets is on the way, and it's going to be Sweden's game to lose as they find some rhythm now against Team USA. That doesn't mean it is going to happen, it's just how it feels right now. He tried to pokey set that, and it's a very good recovery from Team USA. Yeah, and they want to look at this for a net fault by the looks of it against Benesh. We've already seen USA lose one because it was the ball that made the net move, but I think Andy Benesh has just pinged the tape here. Very calmly done as well, that request. No volatility about the whole process. It's difficult to keep emotions out of it. Now, did he twang the net? Whoa! I mean, that is as close as it gets. Millimeters in it, precision blocking, brilliant defence from that man. There's Partain. Now, can USA work off the back of that pause? Can they just rattle Sweden here? They've been rattling their cage most of this match. They've got to get back into that. Good serve. Oh, it's a brilliant serve. Didn't look much, but it was loaded with deception, and it moved a long way and dropped, and it was too much for Hellvig. Goes to Hellvig again. This is the contest. Big win for Hellvig. Breezes past Benesh, who's set up on the line. Lots of subtle tactical changes going on down there. Both teams still searching around. Right play at the right time, and that's been shanked. Good chase from Benesh. Beautiful swing, but what a dig from Orman. Now, did Benesh touch it? No. Off the net and out from David Orman. And USA have got Sweden rattled again. Well, I hate to say it, but if you want to win the game here, USA, if you want to win this match, doing it in 2 is your option, and getting stuck in here is big. And the trickle ace will do it. 2 misses for Benesh on the bounce, but he's managed to get that one over. And with a slice of fortune, USA go 15 all. Now they've got to press the accelerator. They've got to go full throttle at Sweden here. Sweden have to resist, have to get back to ball control. No. He had to go for it. No blame attached to Andy Benesh there. That was definitely the serve to go for. Back to side-out rhythm. Hellvig versus Benesh. He's got him, but no, it's through. Again, the athleticism of Orman. He is light of frame, power to weight ratio for both these Swedish players is just tremendous. Their movement, changing direction, pace to the ball is just incredible. Good dig. Need to make this. But it's just drifted over, and Hellvig gets a piece of it. Again, that was really tough for the USA to make that work. Out of the net, that was never easy. And it just went too far. Now, Sweden led off the hook, but I think the next phase of play could be important. One side out for USA, Benesh to serve, that could be big. Out, he's missed it. Oh my goodness. And now, Benesh is going to arrive at the line, 1 or 2 points down. And the USA are going to have a think about it. Well, by Mars Partain's standards, he's missed an unfeasibly large amount of shots today. I mean, that means he's missed 2 or 3, but that's still massive. We do have some Swedish fans in. Sverige bucket hat, there we go. I wonder if Anders has got a Razzie wig. They occasionally wear out to parties. Good atmosphere, good party feel here in Ostrava. There's a lot goes on around the 2 courts here at this venue. In the old ironworks, it really is a festival of sport, not just beach volleyball, that surrounds this tournament. Big point this for both teams. Right, this time Partain gets it done. Now Benesh is full of energy there. He's got the side switch to keep his mind engaged on. So this is not the easiest of serves, but he's already won them a set. Why not win another one with a run of aces here? Once again, he's got to go for it. It's a good hit. It's a brilliant option swing. And it's being hit so steep by Orman that Benesh is getting hands on the ball while standing on the floor. Will he get one more go from the service line, or is Sweden going to cancel things out here? Well, Partain is the next man back. I would suggest they need to sneak a point here, USA. Even if Sweden side out after that, they're still in the game. Sweden just need control. And they get control. Which means if USA do wrestle the ball back here, once again, Benesh has got to do it the hard way. Two points to take us into a tiebreaker. Sweden have played well in this second set. And the roof block finishes. Sweden are back on the front foot. 21-18 in set 2. It's a set apiece, and it's a tiebreaker to decide the winner. A lot of fun to watch this game. Some considerable skills on show, but also raw power. Just pure athletic quality. 4 players showing what they can do. USA getting off to a flyer, 21-16, but the bounce back from Sweden just underlines the maturity now of this young Swedish pair at 23 years of age apiece. They are so comfortable on the world stage. They're so comfortable in the various environments and situations you find yourself in during the course of a tournament. You can't win everything with 2-0. There's another Swedish fan. 4-3. Plenty of fireworks so far in this game. Why not have some more? Centre court in Ostrava, 4th Elite 16 event of this Volleyball World Beach Pro Tour season, and the theme here in Czechia has been 3 setters. And it's been trouble for the higher seeds, and David Orman and Jonathan Hellvig have had to earn their place in this shootout to 15 against the number 9 seeds, Miles Partain and Andrew Benesh of the USA, who've played brilliantly. Benesh in particular has been just astonishingly good. So we've got a bit of a pattern has developed. Sweden now going at Miles Partain the majority of the time, so he's got the overload on side out at the moment. Sweden hoping to make the most of that. And Benesh hoping to get back to some ace form from the service line. Change of angle. Again, he's left rooted to the floor. He just cannot get to the net in time. And the problem isn't on the Swedish side of the net for Benesh. The problem is he's hitting that serve so fast, he's got no time to get to the net. It's a bit of a conundrum. Good D. Lovely controlled movements from Hellvig, but can't get it quite into the window. They've not been picture perfect today, the Swedish pair. This set, this match is absolutely wide open. Now, Hellvig's been getting the majority of serves from the USA. He and Benesh have had a good tussle at the net. That is insane. Yeah, you have every right, David Orman, to get off the sand and get on to the crowd, because that, I mean, honestly, that's something you just do not see on a beach volleyball court. Unless it's Sweden playing. And they'll show you everything. That's just an insane play. Flying spike jump set. Got it as well. Sweden to go 2 up with the speed. Oh, and a chase from Benesh, but not quite enough. That's a brilliant read from the US blocker. He saw this play early. He watched Orman like a hawk, but Orman too good. Lovely set from Hellvig as well. 2-point lead then for Sweden. USA feeling the pressure. Touch on the block. Partain asks the referee confirms. Side switches on multiples of 5, remember, as we go into our race to 15, this tiebreaker set. No huge advantage one way or the other. He's done it again. The aces continue to keep coming for Andy Benesh. His last 2, though, have been trickle aces. Fortunate. But he has served USA back into the picture. 4 apiece. When he gets it wrong, he hits it so hard. When he gets it wrong, it goes a long, long way. Sweden remain ever calm. Back to Partain. And he goes straight into the block of Hellvig. Doesn't have the most dynamic of approaches, Partain, because he keeps so many options open. But he was caught out there. His shot was covered by Orman late, and he went back to the power, and Hellvig was all over it. 6-4 Sweden. Magic. Andy Benesh has barely put a foot wrong in this game. He's had a marvellous tournament so far, and this one has been the piece de resistance for him. Now piece of resistance, and they are fighting hard here, USA. Again, the jump set is good. It just got a step out of Benesh, and that slowed him down. Sweden 7-5, controlling from the front as they like to do. This is when you see the circus tricks. Nice. Benesh threads the needle. First time he's had a side out for a while. Back to the float. Good read. Oh, it's brilliant from Benesh. That is such a great read. Had a little look at Hellvig, but saw the hands go up early enough so he could get across to the block. And Sweden's lead cancelled out again by USA. Sevens. Sticks with the float and the underspin serve. Gets another good touch. Benesh patrolling, then backs, gets a hand on it. Partain makes the play, but Sweden too fast. Partain hoovers it up. Can he finish? No, he can't. Oh, wow. We are seeing some of the best stuff right now on centre court. This is out of this world. But the USA will be kicking themselves. Two swings for the point, they couldn't make it. Sweden tenacious. You guys did just make our day. Just a bit of recovery time for the players after that rally. Hellvig told to get on with it straight away. 8-7 Sweden. Side switch. And we return to the action. Oh, what a set. What a set from Benesh. Well, he's kind of taking responsibility for that. Maybe feeling that a bump would have put his partner on the net a bit more, but I don't think there was a lot wrong with that. Partain just swipes it out of play, and Sweden handed another 2-0 lead, or 2-point lead. USA timeout. US fans still brilliant. The team has put on a good show here, but it's just this quality of play from Sweden. I said it before about Mollensorum, how good is your bad? And they've not been quite at the races until this third set. They played well in the second to engineer the victory, but this third set has been just magnificent. And Benesh suckers Hellvig on the jump set. This match is not dead yet. Sweden have got to work very hard to get their win. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Defender in situ, and Hellvig pounds it. Clean kill for 10-8. Hoover. Oh no! You can't do that. You cannot do that, Andy Benesh. What a get, the flipper to keep it off the sand, but the one-hander lander puts it down. USA's turn to battle. Good serve to follow, gets the overpass. And it's a point USA, 10-all, and Sweden are back in a really tricky spot. What a game. Sweden timeout this time. They've had enough for the moment. And Benesh has done it again. Well, we've seen 3 plays in this match that are up there in the top 10 for this young season, but they'll be up there in Beach Pro Tour terms. The plays of the day, plays of the season. That one-handed block from Benesh right up there. I'm still smiling. The fans here are being given a real treat. Right then, the timeout means Benesh has had to call his jets, so he's got to kind of restart with this serve. And can't do it. 11-10 Sweden, that's the loudest celebration from them on a serve error that we've heard this match. They're feeling it. Option is roofed. Hellvig comes to the blocking party. It's his turn. And they're going to have a look at this. I think this is just one of those reviews where USA just want to slow the match. Not sure they feel they're going to get something from this. They just want to slow everything down. No timeout remaining, but they do have a challenge. Papadopoulos waits patiently for the video to reveal whether there was indeed a net touch from Jonathan Hellvig. Of course there wasn't. It's just magnificent. Wonder what it feels like up there. He's certainly up there long enough to have a good look around. 12-10 Sweden force another break. Had to go down for Team USA. Now it's Partain to serve. This could still work pretty well in their favour. It could still land on Benesh to try and serve it out. Bonus point here would be useful for the team in white. For Sweden, they need to cancel that threat, which they do. Good high reach from Hellvig to take it off the fingertips of Benesh. So best case scenario is that the best server in the match returns to the line 12-13 down if USA side it out clean here. Pressure's on Partain again. It's a good ball. First time he's opened his shoulders across court for a long time. He's been fiddling around on the line with little short balls. Well, that's a reminder of the power that he's got available. And now, USA once again have the opportunity to win in their hands. It's a long route, it's a tough one, but Benesh can do it. Good serve, great pass. Oh, what a rescue. That's stunning. And that is quality. Make your team, make your opponents just play it one more time and see if you can get something out of it. And they do. That's one of the pickups of the season. 5 plays in this match for the show reel. Doesn't get better than that. It really doesn't. And now, high on confidence, Benesh can blaze away here. Biggest serve of the match for Benesh. Takes the pace off, didn't get the throw right. But Partain's on it defensively. USA for the point. Out. Benesh just couldn't get the set in the right place for Partain. And Sweden get lucky and get to match point. USA not out of it yet. It's a side-out game again, so this to stay in. For Sweden, this to win it. Oh, just gets it across the face of Hellvig's block. 14-all. Partain to serve, and the next attack against the blocker is going to be a huge contest. Who's it going to be? Should be Hellvig. It is, and he beats the block of Benesh with ease. Lovely shot. Second match point for Sweden in what has been an electric encounter. He's done it, and it's Hellvig's block that has the final say in what has been a spectacular match.